things off with our first guest. He is known for his spot-on impersonations of Bernie Sanders, Jesse the Body Ventura, and even the My Pillow guy. His stand-up special, of Most Resistance, is streaming now. We welcome to Afternoon Live comedian James Adomian.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Hannah.
Nice to see you. You're a busy guy.
I am.
Good
and I had to make it here. I had to make sure that we caught up on everything.
Oh, good. Now, have you been traveling by rail recently?
Recently, I didn't.
Okay.
I ended up cutting that short and getting on some airplanes. But I did at the end of the year. I kind of wrapped up my touring year on the East Coast in Washington, D.C., and I took a 3-day Amtrak back to L.A. from there.
How fun.
It was fun, and also not a lot of sleep.
That's a long
3 days.
journey.
I'm glad I did it, but I'm not necessarily motivated to do it again soon. But I wanted to see like how it would work out, just in case, you know, for various climate reasons, it becomes a better way to travel.
We've got a backup plan.
Yeah,
How
I got a backup
fascinating.
plan.
Well, I was going to ask you because I was watching your special, and you've got some Delta status. So traveling by rail was an interesting choice.
It was a step down.
You're somebody in the skies.
I'm a humble person. I'm magnanimous, you know. I care about the community more than anything.
Tell me about your special, because you filmed it a little while ago, but it was just released recently, right?
Yeah, we filmed it at the end of 2023, and we released it sort of in the fall of this last year, very recently, about 3 months ago.
How fun has it been to get it out there?
Very fun.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's out there. It was a lot of sort of bits about my life, and then some things I made up and pretended were about my life.
Oh, interesting.
Just to get bigger laughs.
You would never know. That's so fun. Well, I think a lot of our viewers have probably seen you before, but they don't realize it's you because your impersonations are so fun. Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy.
I play him here on this very station.
On
the ABC network.
with Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, how fun is that?
That is really fun.
Look
And
at you.
I'm lucky it happened because there we are. That's me in costume as the My Pillow guy.
Amazing.
Let me tell you something, Hannah. Look, Jimmy Kimmel he tears me apart on his program, so I'm going individually to all the ABC stations one-on-one, and I want to tell you the truth about what's going on with My Pillow.
Now, you got to impersonate him alongside him.
Yes.
That had to be an interesting experience.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, that was weird. It was. He came on to try to defend himself and ended up kind of making. He looked a little bit worse by the end of it.
Yeah.
And he was in a claw machine, and then I was outside, and it was like Mike Lindell trying to win himself as a prize in the claw machine. And I mean, I'm not sure which one got out and which one stayed in at the end of the segment. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, am I just Mike Lindell? And I switched places with James Adomian.
Am I supposed to be
here?
I did it.
I pulled one over on everybody. I pretend to be a queer stand-up comic. I go around town. They never see it coming.
The long con. You pulled it off.
I did.
Well, you also got to be Bernie Sanders with Bernie Sanders.
That was fun, too.
That's got to be, look at you two. That's insane. How cool is that?
That was cool, and he didn't want to do it, but everyone around him wanted him to do it.
Which is so Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, he was like, all right, how long are we going to be here? What's the process? When are we going to be done?
Did you win?
He called me on the phone because he was like nervous about doing it, and they were like, the candidate wants to talk to you on the phone. This is 4 or 5 years ago,
right?
And I'm waiting for, and then I hear on the phone this throat clearing.
Oh my gosh!
Is this James?
Yes.
Yes, and he was like, all right, what are we doing?
That's amazing.
And then we did it, and he was like kind of grumpy but correct, the way we love our Bernie. And then his wife was there, James Sanders, and she was dying laughing. And I was like, well, if she likes it, it doesn't matter what this guy thinks.
It's like a bit by Larry David as Bernie Sanders. Like somehow the whole universe, it just is kind of like a meta version of itself. That it all makes sense somehow.
Well, when you're that much of a natural character.
Yes.
And I feel like he's like the essence.
Yes.
He's the essence of what's funny about a college professor.
Oh my gosh.
All in one person.
How fascinating.
Simultaneously, more hair than anyone else in the United States Senate, and completely bald.
Now, there's parallels, too, with your Mike Lindell and your Jesse Ventura. I mean, they're kind of from the same part of the country, right?
Well, look, let me tell you something. I resent the idea that just because we're from the strangest state that might as well be part of Canada that's up at the top of the country than I am anything like the My Pillow guy. I don't sleep with a pillow. I sleep like a Klingon on hard wood.
There's no way he has a pillow.
I sleep on a series of rocks. Comfort is for the weak, let me tell you that, Hannah.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing.
If you want to do the My Pillow guy, it's a lot sadder.
Okay.
It's a lot sadder
Oh,
and
it
softer.
is sad now that you mention it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to ask you about being a part of the History of the World Series Part 2.
Oh yeah,
How
what a fun
incredible
thing!
was that?
I got to work with Mel Brooks' TV show.
I mean, come on.
It was a really fun opportunity. My friend Nick Kroll cast me in it as Richard Nixon.
How incredible.
And he played Henry Kissinger.
Yes.
And so yeah, that was a treat.
And you were in a scene with Wanda Sykes as Shirley Chisholm. I mean, how fun is that?
It was too much fun.
Yes.
I was lucky to be a part of it. And we did it like a sitcom, like Shirley Chisholm running for president in 1972, like it was a sitcom from the time.
Right. Because ha ha ha.
Yeah. And so I was like Richard Nixon, like the from those sort of like 70s sitcoms, like the bad guy white neighbor that comes over and bothers the star of the black sitcom. Which
and was Marla Gibbs in that too?
Yes,
I mean,
the legend
just
Marla
royalty.
Gibbs.
To be in that room with those people.
To be in the same room at all was a dear treat.
I feel like that show, I mean, I'm always telling people that they must watch it because it's like every actor that you love from every single thing all got together for the same project.
Yes, I mean, it was far better casting than I'm able to pull off in my own, in my real life. My hats off to them.
You do a lot of voice work, though.
I do.
Do you enjoy that? Is it an entirely different experience?
Yeah, voiceover work is great because here's the trick. You probably know this from TV. I mean, you might do voiceovers for the show and stuff. You don't have to memorize anything.
It's true. You can look at the paper.
It's right in front of you.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
It's a little bit easier that way. I mean, you have to be able to be like, I am a dragon from beyond the world. Like, you have to be able to do some things with your voice, but if you can do that, it's a fun game.
Were you always doing voices and impressions as a kid?
Yes,
you must have been.
As a young child, I remember I would make fun of the teachers and coaches.
Oh.
And then early on, some of my earliest memories are sort of making fun of the TV broadcaster accents because no one sounded like that.
Right.
And it would be like, coming up the news after the news straight out of Beirut.
And I would walk around as a little kid in a diaper doing the TV news voice,
That's amazing. Well, you just dip in and out of so many, like I was watching your special and it's like in a span of 10 minutes, you've done like 8 different characters, but it's so quick that you can make the transition.
Yeah, I do that just so I can avoid being sued by any one of them if I stick into a particular impression for too long. Yeah, make it quick, get out of it, now you're making fun of somebody else.
Well, we're glad you're here with us at Helium this week.
Yes, I'm in Helium, and I love playing in Portland. I've been here since the old days when they did the Bridgetown Comedy Festival.
Okay.
So like almost 20 years I've been coming to Portland, and I always love playing here. And Helium is a great club, and I'm there tonight and tomorrow.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Wednesday, Thursday.
What do you love so much about Portland?
Portland's walkable, and look, everyone here wouldn't be here unless they already know this. It's walkable.
True. We know.
I don't mind the rain,
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I like the indie music, and I like small businesses that are still around.
They're still kicking.
You're doing a good job of that here, Portland. I got to give you hats off to Portland.
Yeah. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you,
so
Hannah.
Nice
My
to
pleasure.
See you.
My pleasure, and also the pleasure of all the other voices I brought with me today.
They were all here with us in the room. Okay, go see James at Helium tonight and tomorrow. We'll have all the information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.